Okay, so in this reading, I wanted to look into JISOO's acting career just to see how the girly bop is doing, how she's feeling, where she's going. The energy was not as clear or as direct as I was expecting. Also, I feel like this is gonna be so annoying because it's not everything's about Blackpink, but also it felt like her career is going to be delayed, or something's going to happen with her acting career because of something having to do with Blackpink. You'll see what I mean when we get into it. I also feel like JISOO was a little bit she's working very hard at acting, I'll say. You'll see. Of course, everything I say is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only, and with peace and love. And let's go! JISOO's acting career. Oh, that's sometimes it's kind of like feeling worried about how people are going to perceive you, but worried isn't the best word. It's almost like paying attention, maybe, I'm not sure. Being fearful, I don't know. The Four of Pentacles is tight control and the Hermit. Oh, I see her feeling a level of insecurity, but I also don't need you to focus on that word either. It's almost like when you're trying something new and you're not the best at it. I also see JISOO, she's kind of used to being a K-pop idol and working within Blackpink, and in Blackpink there is competition, but not necessarily, and also JISOO I don't think really was a part of that competition, but it's almost like when she is an actress, she is working with people who have done this for a long time. They maybe started as child actors or whatever, and so JISOO feels a level of almost like she's comparing herself to other people and she's feeling out of her depth or out of her element a little bit. So it's more just she's trying to really work hard to be good, and it's almost like, oh wow, this is a new skill I have to learn. It's not bad, but it's also there's a level of apprehensiveness or nervousness almost. She really is trying hard. I see that. I see her wanting to do good, and I also see her being there's a small level of self-doubt of am I good though? Five of Wands is pettiness, but this seems in her mind a lot of chaos almost. I see a lot of self-doubt with her of am I good enough? I see that, and almost she wants to improve and she doesn't quite know how to improve. So she's I see her trying to improve at her craft and being is this enough? I think this is just a new thing for JISOO, because I feel she has performed for a good amount of her life, but this is a different type of performing, and you have to be more emotional, and you have to be very flexible and have a level of range that you don't necessarily see with Blackpink. This has changed, and this is the start of something new. Oh, she might get a new she might get a new role coming up or something, or some sort of new acting thing, but it'll be very different than what she's ever done before. That's related to acting, if she was in a play or something, I don't know, but this is the start of something new, especially something creative in some way. And the death would be a change, a dramatic change, dramatic shift. The Ten of Swords is heaviness, it's feeling pinned down. The Wheel of Fortune is fortune turning less in your favor. The Four of Swords is contemplation. What's that mean? What's that related to? Oh, anguish? Uh-oh. The Hierophant in the reverse position is doing things differently, something shifting dramatically, and being offered something. I'm still confused. Oh! I hope this isn't being dramatic again. There's something there's something that is very, if I'm in her energy right now, there seems there's something very exciting on the horizon. It would be if there was a new Batman movie coming out, and they're we want JISOO to play, Batman's girlfriend or something. That's a huge role or whatever. And she's oh my gosh, that's on the horizon, right? It's almost something is going to happen that is going to get in the way of her receiving that role, or it's going to make it more difficult, or there's something related to that. Again, it feels it's related to Blackpink and her getting dragged into a new thing, because I see, again, something happening on the horizon with Blackpink coming up. I don't know what that is. It seems it's going to be months away. It'll happen at maybe the end of this year. I don't know, but it's almost JISOO, she really wants to be taken seriously as an actress. She wants to be somebody who acts regularly. It's almost if we go back, me pulling tons and tons of cards. Let's go back even more. So this is contemplation and unfavorability. But again, this was the start of something new, something exciting, but this is being pinned down. And then the Wheel of Fortune is fortune turning not in your favor, so bad luck. And having to slow down essentially. And then it's anxiety, nightmares, oh my god, I can't believe that happened. This seems something that was somewhat out of JISOO's control. It would be if more videos leaked from 10 years ago, and it's well, I can't go back in time and make myself not do that. It could be that. I don't think it's actually that, but there's something about her having a lack of control about what's going on, but it makes her look bad, or people around her look bad, or it suddenly affects her pretty negatively. The Hierophant too makes me, it seems this is something that the Hierophant in the upright is rules and companies and systems and politics and church. In the reverse, it would be almost those things become unorthodox in some way. So it's sort of what you expect a political institution to do and what it's going to do are very different. If a political institution used to be very benevolent and now they're trying to shoot all their citizens, there's something about that That's the energy it's giving with this card. So it might be with like one of her companies. Like it could be YG, but it could be whatever acting company she signed to, or if she started her own company. I don't know what's going on, but there's something about that where what you expect it to do and what it's going to do are very different, and it's going to affect you negatively in some way. The Four of Cups is, her like having to reassess and be like, okay, like what do I actually want? To be honest, I would, and this is very tentative because I feel like will be a while from now, but I could see Jisoo not re-signing to Blackpink. But I need to make that very light because this seems like something that could actually change at any time. Like if I read for that question specifically again in like 2 months, the answer could be very different. I think she wavers back and forth, but it's almost like she's very committed when she believes that. She's like, yeah, I'm going to resign. And it's like, absolutely not, I'm not going to resign. It's very that. Like she's committed when she's committed and then she'll change her mind. This again though makes me think of Blackpink because this is like 3. Usually I get that when I'm reading about the Blackpink girls and to other members. It's like, oh, like we're a Kiki. Like this is us as a foursome. The 6 of Pentacles is like her having to give something away. And the Devil is it being changed to something toxic, toxicity, negativity. It seems almost like she has to sacrifice something for, it seems like for Blackpink. I know that sounds so dramatic, but that's what it's giving. It seems like it's going to get something, or I should say something related to Blackpink is going to get in the way for acting career or an acting opportunity. That doesn't mean it's going to like not happen at all, but it's almost like there's something that's going to be very inconvenient about those two things. Wanting to transition, wanting to not commit, and walking away in burden. Again, this seems like the contract, because this can talk about a contract. It's the exchanging of two things. Like, I'll do something, you do something. This is walking away. Both of these cards are transitional cards, and this is like, I want to move away, but I can't. Like, the dangerous waters are ahead, and this is like a burden, and it's sort of like, I have to do this, I guess. That's what the energy and the vibe it's giving. Emotional fulfillment and satisfaction, the Queen of Pentacles. That's usually Jisoo. Nurturing, 4, 5, 6, 6 of Cups. Oh, that's being stuck in the past. Because this is usually talks about being the past. It can also be childhood. Emotional fulfillment in the Queen of Cups. That seems like it's YG. Not wanting to work or collaborate, apprehensiveness. I feel like Jisoo is being pulled in different directions. It's almost like her will and what she wants to do versus the obligations that maybe she signed up to or wants to do. It feels so strongly like the energy is giving something to do with Blackpink though. And I tried this the last reading I did on Jisoo. I was like asking about her career in my mind and it kept pulling me back into like Blackpink world. I think that takes up a good amount of her life. I think that's true for all of the members. Like Blackpink just takes, because you have to imagine like even if like you're just walking around, like you'll see like an advertisement for them or something like that. So I mean, I feel like that affects Jisoo, but there's something kind of like shady or weird going on, and it's getting in the way of her acting. And even in like the energy it's giving that, like I'm trying to like see like, okay, like what's gonna happen with your career, and it's like, nope, actually something with Blackpink is going to get in the way. The Star, the World, those two cards are very similar. Oh, this is great news. This is like having a cake and eating it too. Being able to do both. The Star is like it's vulnerability, but it also is just like celebrity. And then you have the World, which is completion and feeling very satisfied and being very like, this is me. I see Jisoo having a stronger sense of self and embodying herself and being like, you know what? I'm just gonna do what I want. And the Knight of Wands, I feel like Jisoo does have that type of a spirit where she's just someone who's very low key and will like quietly be like, yeah, I'm just gonna do what I want, and like, you either live with it or you don't. It seems like her acting career, she'll continue on to act and be in various projects and different projects. I also think she will improve as an actress. But it's very, what am I doing? I don't know if she'll be she is a star, but like a massive, just like, whoa, like Squid Games, everyone is talking about it all over the world. But she will continue to act. And I think she'll get like positive reviews for her acting. The 5 of Swords, walking away, justice. Oh, things will turn out well for Jisoo. That's good. I think she's going to go through a dark period, but it's not her doing. It's almost like the things around her and she's dragged into it. That seems like it's coming up. It seems like it's going to delay projects for her, but in the end, she'll get what she wants. It'll be satisfying. And especially because the justice is served, and this is sort of like planning after like a period of like war, essentially. Queen of Cups, emotions. Coming to reality and judgment. I feel like, because this card, when I read it, this usually isn't all this card means, but it's almost like loss. I've lost something. I'm grieving something. Something has been lost. And that might be a part of herself. I don't know, because it seems like it's almost like she has to say goodbye to a part of herself or an identity that she had. But this is good because this is coming to a realization. This is like the loss of illusion, and this is awakening. So it's almost like she's going to become more, she's in the middle of her Saturn return, right? It's going to end soon. That makes sense. Okay, great. I was like, what's going on? It seems like Jisoo is going to reach like the level of maturity with her Saturn return. It seems like she is going to feel more embodied, more emboldened. I think she's going to, as she gets older, focus more on acting and singing as well. I'm so excited for Jisoo's career. I think she's going to reach, I don't know. I wish her well. Like, I'm actually, I don't know, I'm excited for her. Good.